Hey Chiefs Kingdom, we've got some interesting news today. The Kansas City Chiefs have brought back quarterback Bailey Zappe. Now, with Gardner Minshew also signing a one-year deal, this move raises an important question. What's the plan here? Let's be honest. When you think about the Chiefs' quarterback room, there's one name that comes to mind: Patrick Mahomes. He's the face of the franchise, the leader, the guy who delivers championships. But every great team needs depth, and Kansas City has been busy making sure they're covered at the QB position. Zappe is returning to the Chiefs after a short stint with the Cleveland Browns. His journey in the NFL has been a bit of a roller coaster, bouncing between teams, fighting for a spot, and now he's back in Kansas City. But why? Is this just an extra insurance policy, or could there be a bigger strategy at play? I want to hear from you. Do you think the Chiefs need more quarterbacks beyond Mahomes? Or is this just a routine move to keep the roster balanced? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And stick around, because we're diving deep into Bailey Zappe's career, how he ended up back with the Chiefs, and what his role could be moving forward. Let's get into it. All right, let's talk about Bailey Zappe. You've probably heard his name before, but do you really know his story? This guy has had quite the journey to get back to Kansas City, and it's worth taking a closer look at how he got here. Zappe made a name for himself at Western Kentucky, where he put up some ridiculous numbers. In his senior season, he threw for over 5,900 yards and 62 touchdowns, both NCAA records. Yeah, you heard that right. He was lighting up defenses left and right, proving he could sling the ball with the best of them. That performance got him drafted by the New England Patriots in the 4th round of the 2022 NFL Draft. But his time in New England didn't go as planned. He was initially seen as a backup to Mac Jones, but things got messy. The Patriots cut him before the 2023 season, then re-signed him to their practice squad. That's when the Chiefs stepped in, picking him up and bringing him to Kansas City's practice squad in late August. Zappe stuck around for a couple of months, but then the Cleveland Browns came calling. With Deshaun Watson out for the season, the Browns were desperate for a quarterback. They signed Zappe off the Chiefs' practice squad, and he got his first start in Week 18 against the Baltimore Ravens. It didn't go great. He threw for 170 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions in a 35-10 loss. Not exactly the dream debut, but it was a valuable experience for him. Now he's back in Kansas City, competing for a spot once again. So here's the question for you. Do you think Zappe has the potential to develop into a solid NFL quarterback, or is he just another backup bouncing around the league? Let me know in the comments. So now that we know Bailey Zappe's journey, let's talk about what really matters: his role with the Kansas City Chiefs. Because let's be real, Patrick Mahomes isn't going anywhere. He's the heart of this team, and as long as he's on the field, the Chiefs are Super Bowl contenders. But behind him, that's where things get interesting. Right now, the Chiefs' quarterback depth chart looks like this: Patrick Mahomes. No explanation needed. He's the starter, the leader, and the best in the game. Gardner Minshew, the veteran backup, signed on a one-year deal. He's got real NFL experience, having started games for the Jaguars, Eagles, and Colts. Bailey Zappe versus Chris Oladokun. This is where the battle happens. Both are competing for the third-string QB spot, which might not sound like much, but it's more important than you think. So what does a third-string quarterback actually do? Most of the time, they don't see the field in the regular season, but that doesn't mean their role isn't valuable. They help run the scout team in practice, they develop under the coaching staff, and, most importantly, they're one injury away from being the next man up. Let's not forget that the Chiefs have used backup quarterbacks before in crucial moments. Remember when Chad Henne came in for Mahomes in the 2020 playoffs and led a game-saving drive? That's why having a reliable backup plan matters. And even though Zappe might not see the field right away, if he can prove himself in training camp and the preseason, he could earn a long-term spot with the team. But here's the big question. If Mahomes had to miss a game, who would you rather see as the starter? Minshew or Zappe? Vote in the comments. Now that we've broken down where Zappe fits on the roster, let's look at the bigger picture. Why did the Chiefs bring him back? Is this just about having extra depth? Or could Kansas City be thinking ahead? First, let's address the obvious. This is Mahomes' team. There's no quarterback controversy here. But the best organizations in the NFL are always thinking ahead. And Kansas City has a history of making smart moves when it comes to backup quarterbacks. Just look at how Andy Reid has handled QBs in the past. He helped develop guys like Nick Foles, Kevin Kolb, and even Alex Smith, turning them into valuable assets. Could Zappe be next? Another factor is cost efficiency. Signing a veteran backup like Minshew isn't cheap, but having a younger, lower-cost option like Zappe gives the Chiefs flexibility. If he develops well, Kansas City might not have to spend. Big on a veteran backup in the future. There's also the bigger NFL trend. Teams around the league are investing in young QBs, even if they have an established starter. The 49ers did it with Brock Purdy, the Packers did it with Jordan Love, and now the Chiefs are keeping their options open. So here's the big question for you. Should Kansas City invest more in developing a young quarterback behind Mahomes? Or should they go all in on keeping experienced veterans as backups? Drop your thoughts in the comments. All right, Chiefs Kingdom, let's bring it all together. We've talked about Bailey Zappe's journey, his role on the team, and what this move could mean for the Chiefs' strategy. But what can we actually expect from him this season? Realistically, Zappe's main job will be to compete for the third-string quarterback spot behind Mahomes and Minshew. That means his performance in training camp and the preseason will be critical. If he impresses, he could lock in a spot on the roster. If not, he might end up on the practice squad again or even be released. But let's not overlook the long game. The Chiefs clearly saw something in Zappe when they first brought him in, and now they've given him another shot. That tells us they believe he has potential. Whether that turns into a real future with the team depends on how he develops under Andy Reid's system. So now, it's over to you. What do you think about Bailey Zappe coming back to the Chiefs? Do you see him as just another backup, or do you think he has a real shot at becoming a solid contributor? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the latest updates on your Kansas City Chiefs. More big news could be coming soon, and you'll want to be the first to know. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Chiefs!